Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy Motivational Monday. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. My day has been great, to be honest, which has been really great. Of course, I wake up every morning. I say, Lord, today is going to be a great day no matter what. So it was great. It was busy, very productive, but it was busy. And so for that, I am always thankful. So I hope you all have had a wonderful day. And I hope you continue to have a wonderful evening as well as a wonderful night. Now, let's jump into today's topic because this is a good one. The topic is the blessing behind the betrayal. Let me say it one more time because that'll shout you right there. The blessing behind the betrayal. Now, I want to share with you 3 scriptures before I jump into my notes for today. And this first one says, even my own familiar friend in whom I trusted, who ate my bread, has lifted up his heel against me. That comes from Psalm 41:9, and this is from the NIV version. The other one says, then one of the 12, named Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and said, what are you willing to give me to betray him to you? And they weighed out 30 pieces of silver to him. From then on, he began looking for a good opportunity to betray Jesus. This comes from Matthew 26:15 from the NASB version. And I'll have these in the description box for you. And the last one says, then Judas, who was betraying him, answered and said, Rabbi, is it I? He said to him, you have said it. Y'all, that's powerful. And that comes from Matthew 26:25, also from the NASB version of the Bible. And I will have these scriptures in the description for you, but I encourage you to read them for yourself. And this is so fitting because, as you know, Sunday was Resurrection Sunday. So I hope you all had a wonderful day. I know my day was just, honey, it was phenomenal. And like I said, Sharwin, oh, that's my heart right there. He sang my song Marvelous. Oh, my goodness. But this topic really falls in line with our celebration of a risen Christ just on Sunday. And as we know, Judas is the one that betrayed him. But see, he already knew. First of all, he knew that he was going to be betrayed, and he knew who it was long before the rest of the 12, the other 11 knew who it was. So it didn't come as a surprise to him. And that's one of the things I love about God. Nothing ever comes as a surprise to him. We're surprised by things, but he is not. So he knew that Judas would. And Judas sold him out. And then you sit at the man's table and you dare to open your mouth and say, Rabbi, is it I? And God said, you've said it. You have said it because you knew it was you. You knew it was you when you asked that question. So why would you ask that? But I digress. So first quote, don't worry about the people that God has removed from your life. Let me put a pin right there because that should shout you. Stop worrying about people that God has removed from your life. And sometimes those people are going to be family members, but you can't worry about them. You have to deal with yourself. See, God removed them for a reason. I've talked to you all about this before, that there's always a reason why God removes people from our lives. We may not know it, but he knows it. He knows that they're going to betray you down the road. He knows what they're going to try to do to you because they smile in your face. Y'all know that song, they smile in your face. All the while they want to take your place, the backstabbers. Well, God removes those people so you don't have to deal with it. The problem is some of y'all try to hold on to them. And so you end up dealing with what you deal with when God was trying to remove them. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. He said he saw things you didn't see. He heard conversations you couldn't hear. And he's made moves you wouldn't make. Let me put a pin right there. God will remove you from situations because he knows that if he doesn't remove you from that situation, you're never going to make that move. You know you need to make it. God knows you need to make it, but you're too afraid. You're afraid that whatever you leave, you may not find anything else. That's why some of y'all hold on to relationships when you know you need to let them go because you're afraid you won't find anybody else. Honey, let me tell you something. I'd rather be by myself. I would rather be by myself than spend my time with somebody that's not a good fit for me because I'm wasting my time, but I'm wasting theirs as well. I'd rather be alone. Dag all of that being afraid of being alone. I don't care about that. Not at all. It's nice having someone in my life, yes, but if I didn't, I'm still going to be the same Michelle that I am right now, because God has been too good for me to be otherwise. Anyway, he says, where did I leave off? Oh, there is a blessing in everything. So as you go on with the rest of your life, I need you to always remember that there is a blessing in everything. It doesn't always feel good. It doesn't always look good. And you wonder, why me, oh Lord? But there's a blessing in everything. So behind every moment of adversity in your life, there is a blessing and a lesson. Every moment of adversity has those two things. Always remember that you're going to have a blessing and a lesson. Pain always leaves a gift. Maybe it was time for you to move on. See, when you are forced to move on from someplace, don't feel down, don't feel sad, because it was just time for you to move on. And God just said, hey, let me push them on out of here, because if I don't, they're going to sit here forever. Don't worry about the people that God has removed from your life. Stop worrying about them. That quote was by Steve Harvey. The next one, if someone is supposed to be in your life, you can't make them leave. Can I say that one more time? If someone is supposed to be in your life, you can't make them leave. There's nothing you can say or do that's going to make them leave. Why? Because they're meant to be in your life. And if someone leaves easily, well, then they're not supposed to be there. If somebody wants to leave, let them go. I've said that before. Don't you ever, never try to hold on to anybody that doesn't want to be a part of your life. If they want to leave, bye. It's been real. But I don't want anybody staying in my life that doesn't want to be there. Why would I want that? So some of y'all that's trying to hold on to these relationships after these people told you they were leaving, and you, oh, please don't leave me. Honey, stop all of that. Because if I see you, it's going to be a problem. You and I going to have a serious come to Jesus meeting, because why are you trying to hold on to somebody that clearly wants to leave? And especially when they're throwing up in your face that they don't want to be there. They may not necessarily say it, but their actions show that they don't want to be there. And you keep begging and pleading for them to stay. Why? Let them go. When God makes up for what you lost, it's not going to be less than. I'm going to say, because that was your shouting moment. You missed it. That is your shouting moment. When God makes up for what you lost, it's not going to be less than. So whatever it is you lost, be it a relationship, a home, a car, a job, some friends, family members, whatever it is that you lost, God is not going to give it back to you. And he's going to give it back to you, but it's not going to be less than what you had. It's going to be more than what you had. So if you lost a job, honey, let me tell you something. God's going to bless you with another job that was way better than the one that you had. You thought that job was all right, honey. He's going to give you something else to make your mouth fall off. If you lost that relationship, he's going to send on someone better in your life. And you're going to go, wow, if I had kept so-and-so, I never would have met you. But see, that's because God knows what you need. Y'all just need to stop trying to control the situation and let God do what he does. And then he says, when God makes up, oh, I'm sorry, I said that already. It's not going to be equal. So when you lose something, it's not going to be less than. It's not going to be equal. It's going to be better. This quote is by Joel Osteen. Did y'all hear what I said? I'm going to say it again just in case you didn't catch it, because that was your shouting moment. When God makes up for what you lost, it's not going to be less than. It's not going to be equal to what you had. It's going to be better. And don't you ever forget that. And again, all these quotes will be in the description box. Next quote, when a door gets shut, all you got to do is walk up the hall. It's more doors. God has everything. You don't have to worry about your company closing. That's not the only company. Come on now. Could it be that he's setting you up for an upward move? Could it be that there is a different door that he wants you to go through that is better than the door that got shut in your face? Come on now. Again, that's your shouting moment. Y'all know when a door gets closed in your face, God has something better for you. And if you don't know that by now, you're going to get it by the end of this video. God is a merciful God, and he didn't bring you this far to leave you. He didn't set you up to fail. Even if you're wrong, he forgives you. That quote is by Steve Harvey. And that's one of the many, many things that I love about the God that I serve. Even when I'm wrong, God still forgives me. See, because God knew you were going to do wrong even before you did wrong. But he forgives you anyway. Do you know that God blesses us all of us in spite of us. And I'm thankful for that. God will bless me in spite of me. He blesses me when I don't deserve it. He blesses me when I probably have acted a plumb daggone fool. But he says, you know what? I'm going to bless Michelle anyway. Do I have my moments when I get off? Of course I do. But he knows my heart. And so I'm thankful that God sees beyond my faults. Come on, somebody. And still attends to my needs. He doesn't hold what I said to somebody else against me. He doesn't say, well, I'm not going to bless you because of what you said to Susie earlier. Or I'm not going to bless you because of what you said to Dan earlier. He looks beyond that and still blesses you. Yo, that'll shout you right there. And again, that quote was by Steve Harvey. Next quote, it's easy to live frustrated and think, God, why is this happening to us? But we're not going to understand everything that happens. God's ways are not our ways. Let me put a pin right there. Because if you don't know it by now, here it is. God's ways are not your ways. They're not my ways. They're not our ways. God's ways are his ways. That's why he moves in his time. He doesn't move just because you want him to. Now, there are times when you say, Lord, I need a miracle and I need it right now. And he will make that thing happen for you. But more times than not, God is going to move in his time. So whatever that thing is that you asked him for last year, some of you all may not have gotten it, but don't think that God didn't hear you. He heard you. He knows what you need and he's going to give it to you, but he's moving in his time. There are reasons. I don't know what those reasons are, but he knows why he hasn't given you that thing that you've asked for. So just hold on and just wait. Like I tell you all before, wake up every day thanking God in advance for whatever it was that you asked him for, because it's coming. It's just that he has to move in his time. He can see things that we can't see. And just because it's not fair doesn't mean that God is not in control. That'll shout you. That will shout you right there. Just because it's not fair does not mean that God is not in control. A lot of things in life aren't fair. Some of you all, again, have lost things, and it wasn't fair that you lost it because it didn't have to go that way. There are other options that could have been taken, but, you know, those in power chose to do whatever it is that they did. It's not fair, but you know what? God is still in control. God is still in control. And guess what? He will deal with those people that betrayed you. He will. Trust and believe. He will. I don't wish it on anybody, but I serve a good God. And when you betray one of God's own, trust and believe he'll handle it. But he's going to handle it in his way and in his time. Your steps are being ordered by the Lord. If he allowed it to happen, he's going to bring good out of it. We know that all things work together for your good. And if you don't know that, get in your word, because the Bible tells us that. This quote is by Joel Osteen. Next quote is by Joel Osteen as well. He says, without that difficulty, you couldn't become who you were created to be. Some of you have not reached your full potential because you won't go through the difficulty. You pick the easy route. You take the easy road because you don't want to deal with stuff. But can I just tell you that you're going to have to deal with some stuff if you're looking for the outcome that God has for you. There's no way around that. And it's not going to be easy, but guess what? In the end, you will appreciate it and you'll be thankful for it. It may not look like a dead end, but really it's setting you up. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Oh yeah, it may not look like a dead end, but really it's setting you up for promotion. That door closed so a bigger door could open. Again, what did I just say? When one door closes, God will always open up another one. And it's always going to be better than what you had. That person that left you, it was hurtful, but it wasn't just their choice. God moved them out of the way so he could bring someone better. I love that. That'll shout you. Make sure you read that. I'm going to read it again because you need to hear it. That person that left you, it was hurtful, but it wasn't just their choice. So when somebody leaves you, it's not always just their choice. God moved them out of the way so that he can bring someone better. I love it. Or that struggle was difficult. You didn't do anything wrong, but you had opposition at work. Your child wouldn't do what's right. It wasn't fair, but what you couldn't see, is it was growing you up, developing your character, getting you stronger, more confident, more determined. Without it, you wouldn't be prepared for the blessing, the increase, the new levels that are coming your way. And you may not understand what you're going through, but try this approach. God, I trust you. This is what I want you to do. Try this approach. Go to God and say, God, I trust you, and I know you are in control. So anytime, and we're going to end on that note, anytime things are not going well for you, and they don't feel good, they don't look good, they don't sound good, or any of that other good stuff, I want you to get quiet. Y'all know I like to get in my quiet place. And I want you to get quiet, and I want you to say, God, what did I just say? I know you're in control. So when life looks like it's falling apart on every leaning side, everywhere you look, it seems like things are falling apart. Nothing's going the way it should go or the way you want it to go. Just get quiet and say, God, I know you're in control. I know you got this. I know that you're looking out for my best interest, because I know you didn't bring me this far just to leave me. God does not set us up for failure. Man will, or woman, they will set you up for failure, but God will never, ever, ever set you up to fail, because that's not what he's about. He's about you succeeding. So the topic in and of itself was the blessing behind the betrayal. I don't know who I'm talking to or who needs to hear this, but if you've been betrayed by something, someone, or something, I just want you to know there's a blessing behind it. Yes, there is. And I know some of y'all thinking, well, Michelle, well, where is it? Because I've been waiting and I don't see it. Well, sometimes, first of all, you got to get your thinking right. If you don't believe that God can do great things for you, why should he? You've got to believe that God can do it, and you've got to trust that he's going to do it. So change your mindset. So if you're out without a job, you say, Lord, I know you're in control. I don't have a job right now, but I know you're going to send on the job that's right for me. And so while you're saying that and while you're believing that, I need you to be out there applying as well, because you still have to do your part. God says, I got you. I just need you to do your part. If that relationship didn't work out, again, it doesn't feel good, but there's a blessing behind that person that you loved from sun up to sundown that betrayed you. It's all right. Like I said, it doesn't feel good. And I'm not saying that you should feel good about it, because you shouldn't. You should be hurt. If you want to shed a tear or two, it's all right. Go ahead and do that. But tell yourself, God, I know you're in control. God's going to send you on, just like he's going to send you on a better job. He's going to send you on the right person for you. Because a lot of times we want what we want because we're going by looks. Oh, you know what? He is so fine. Or for the man, oh man, she's beautiful. But you're not asking God if this is the person for you. You're going by what they look like on the outside. You can look great on the outside and be a bunch of you know what on the inside. I was going to say it, but I'm not going to say it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They can be a hot, stinking mess on the inside, but you're going by what you see. And that's all fine and good, but get to know what's inside of them. Take your time, because God is probably, and I'll say this, when God whispers in your ear, that's not the right one. Don't go to him saying, I know, but God, he is so fine, or she's so beautiful. Don't do that. When God sends you on signals that that's not the right person for you, say, okay, Lord, I got it. Now, how you cut it off with them, that's on you. You can just simply say, hey, you know what? I just don't think this is the right fit. Or you can say, you know, right now I have a lot going on in my life, so I don't have the time and energy to put into this relationship, and I don't want to hold you up from meeting someone that can give you their time. You can say that if that's what makes you feel better. But y'all stop trying to hold on to those things or those people that God is removing from you. I've watched people leave a job that they thought they loved, and God blessed them with another job. And they were like, oh my God, this job is so much better. It has more growth potential. You know, there's potential to grow either in salary or with the assignments that they're giving, all of that good stuff. But had you not left the job or you were forced to leave the job that you were in, you would never have gotten to where you are right now. When I tell you God is good, God is good. So anytime somebody has ever sought to betray me, it's all right. It is all right. Because God already knows that you're going to do it. And what he's going to do is set me up to win. Because he knows that you're coming for me. And he says, Michelle, you don't have to worry about that because I got you. I got you. So let them think that they're catching you by surprise and they're getting over. I got you. I'm going to take care of you. I brought you this far so that you can succeed, not so that I can. See, God doesn't bring us forward 10 steps and then push us back 40. He's all about success. So you have to trust him, believe him. And like I said, when things go bad, you say, Lord, I know you're in control. You got this. I'm taking my hands off of and let you do what you do. Hopefully something that I said resonates with you, helps you to deal with betrayal, because truth be told, we all have been betrayed at some point in time. We all have had a good friend or a job or family member that you thought you could count on, and they betrayed you. And then they smiled up in your face. Or maybe they didn't smile up in your face. Maybe they tried to avoid you because they didn't want to have to look you in the eye knowing that they had done what they had done. And that's all right. It really is. It's all right. Because God has better for you. Believe in him. Let him know that you trust him. And always remember, he's in control. So if something I said resonates with you, let me know. Please be sure to share this video with someone else that you know that may need it, that can help them with whatever it is they're going through. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then what are you waiting for? Go and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you don't miss anything, okay? Because my job is just simply to motivate you all, to uplift you all, to speak life into you. That is my goal. And that's what I do. See, that's called walking in your gift. And I do that very well. So that's why I do it for 4 days a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Come on back on Wednesday, and I'll have another motivational topic for you. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Listen, go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. It's 66 degrees here in the DMV. It was a little hot early because the sun was out. But it's nice. So I'm going to bid you all good day because I have to get this trash out. And then I want to sit back and just relax because I told you all I'm into the night agent. It's called The Night Agent. It's a series on YouTube, not YouTube, Netflix. And honey, I am loving it. So I'm up to episode 5. Kind of dozed off watching that. So I got to go back and start that over and watch it again. But honey, it is good. It has me by the seat of my pants. You hear me when I'm telling you that? It's intense, but I'm loving it. It is good, y'all. I'm sitting here pretending like I'm the FBI trying to solve these crimes, right? It's just a movie, but I do get wrapped up that way. So find something great to watch the rest of this evening. Sit back, relax, take care of yourself, okay? Take care of yourself because you only get one life. And I want you to live it to the fullest, but I also want you to do it in a stress-free way because you deserve that. I love you all. You know the drill. You know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can do about it because I'm going to always love you. I'm going to always love you. I'm going to always encourage you, and I'm going to always lift you up. Because I want you all, I want nothing but the best for you, and I want you to live your best life. You don't have to wait till you get older. I want you to live your best life now. Go out there. If you're going to go out, I will say this, please be safe. Okay, please be safe if you're going out. Watch your surroundings, take your hand sanitizer. Y'all know the drill. Just be safe. Love you all, and we'll talk again on Wednesday. Until then, take care.